All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Coffee and questions. What are we going to talk about today? Let's talk about some Harbor Freight versus another vendor in terms of cutoff wheels that you might use on 4.5 inch, angle grinder. And out at the club, and he's also a neighbor, we were sitting around discussing cutoff wheels. For a while, I was doing quite a bit of fabrication work and different things, with metal. And he said, "Hey, have you tried the Bauer cutoff wheels?" I go, "Yeah, I still got, I think, one or two at home, but I also buy the Warrior brand." And he started telling me, they were kind of like crap. They wear out fast, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like half listening to him. And I said, "Well, what kind of an angle grinder are you using?" And I don't know if it was made by Hart or I don't know, some off-brand kind of company. And truthfully, the angle grinder's crap. I mean, it just, it's comparable to that lower end Harbor Freight angle grinder. It's just gutless, and it's like, will it work? Well, the answer is yes, it will work, maybe on some lighter duty kind of projects. But I have a Milwaukee, I have a DeWalt, and I have a Hercules, and they're all 7 amp, and they're corded. Because I work out of a home shop. I'm not working remotely or job site or anything like that. Otherwise, I suppose the cordless would work. I just favor, corded power tools. Anyway, I have good grinders to start off with. Okay, so when it comes to the ones that I use, the Bauer is okay. I mean, and you're going to pay, I think, they're about 60 cents a piece. I mean, something like that if you want to attach a cost to it. They're $10. So I use three different types. What I use is I have the Bauer, which I have a couple left. I probably won't buy them anymore. To me, they wear out the same as the Warriors. I've been using the Warriors, for years. Aside from Warrior, when I'm running low, I use benchmark abrasives. Now, okay, so those are the three that I always use. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of them out there that are just as good. Some people may argue there's other ones that are better. These are what I use, I stick with. If my number one choice I had to make, it would be the benchmark ones. And so why do I say that? Because of the three that I mentioned, they cut faster, they last longer than the other two, and they make a very thin, aggressive cut with a lot lighter pressure, on the tool itself. I think they're safer. I've never had one break or explode on me. But then again, on the Warrior, I haven't had that problem either, but I've read in the comments where other people have had that problem. I did not read that about the Bauer, but like I said, I stick with what I know, and I know what works. And another reason it wasn't the most compelling is there's a local fabrication shop, and out of curiosity, I looked and saw what he was using when I initially started buying Benchmark, and that's what he was using, and I decided to try them. And actually, there isn't any type of huge cost savings attached, as you can see when I showed you in the advertisements, if you look at it as a per disc price. So like for me, it was easier to buy them in a quantity of, I think, 50. Nothing wrong with buying the Warriors in the packs of 10. I've done that. I still do that. So how would I rank these? Well, I buy Benchmark first, when I can. And if I'm in a pinch or I need them, I buy the Warrior. The Bauer, people are going to tell you they should be in between all those, but I just felt that they cut as equally as the Warrior brand. They seem to think Bauer is just a better brand. Maybe they are, but I'm just telling you from my experience, I have no problem with the Warriors. Yes, you should always use goggles. Actually, I wear a face shield over the goggles just in case one of these does explode or fly apart. Or if particles of whatever you're cutting are flying up in your face, it can burn and hurt, or something could fly off and cut you. So safety precautions are important. What types of things am I talking about that I was cutting when I was doing well, pretty much everything with the Warrior, the Warrior and the Benchmarks. I've cut padlocks off of a lock box that I bought, on a utility trailer. It worked fine. angle iron, bolts, sheet metal. I've even cut aluminum, rebar, plate steel, tube steel. I even cut some toilet seat bolts off because they were so badly corroded and rusted, and it works fine. If you bind this thing or you use it for something it wasn't intended to use, meaning cutting, you think you're going to use it as a shaping tool or something, or you're going to start a cut and then you want to move it and you wonder why it broke and exploded. These are very thin blades. I mean, you have to use them for what the intended use is. If you're going to do shaping, like Benchmark and some of these, they sell abrasive pads for metal, for anywhere from like 36 grit up. Those are the things that you want to buy for shaping. I would not use one of these for that. Like I said, it's not the intended purpose. Yeah, I'm always looking at the cost savings. I don't run a commercial shop, an automotive shop, or anything like that. I'm a DIYer, and like I said, they work for me, so I'll continue to buy them, especially when they're on sale or discount. Just like right now, I believe the Benchmark ones are on sale, and you know, they're the ones that I will go ahead and buy from time to time, and I think that they're better. Yeah, but like I said, there's nothing wrong with the Warriors. So the next question is, what about Gator brand? What about Norton? What about Ace Hardware brand? What about, you know, DeWalt? What about Diablo? All this. I don't use all of those, so I mean, I don't know. I suppose they work totally fine. They probably are just as good. I'm just explaining to you the two Harbor Freight ones that I have used versus the ones from Benchmark. Yeah, I agree with you. It does beat using you know, a hacksaw or anything, or a jigsaw with a metal blade. I mean, depending on the project, yes. Plasma cutter can be ideal too, but you know, look, they're cutting blades. Do I recommend, or have I ever used these for sharpening like lawnmower blades, or like with loppers or shears or things like that? The answer is no. I mean, again, this comes back to the intended purpose. That's not the intended purpose of these. I'm not saying it's impossible to do, but no, I haven't. No, I wouldn't. I mean, if you're going to go that route, what you want is you want a grinding wheel that is meant for sharpening. Okay, that's simple. Easy Google search or Amazon search, you'll come across that. That's my overall on these. I would still continue to buy any one of those three. Okay, I'm the Home Handyman. I hope you click subscribe. I hope you keep following me. I'll keep doing these reviews, and like when I come across sales, like on the Benchmark cutting discs, or did another video on Harbor Freight slime, you know, tire, you know, patching goo that they sell, and what you need to look for in the differences, and I'll always let you know. Anyway, links are below. I thank you, folks. I'll see you again soon, and I'll leave the links below on the slime tire sealant also, and you can, you know, like I said, watch my video. You'll see the differences in the different products. Just choose the right product. Same thing kind of with these cutoff wheels, but I stick with what I know. You folks have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.